ship had been safely docked at the Tarlos Pier in the island of Mykonos, Greece on September 9, 2011. And this afternoon would be a different travel experience on our own. While some of us stayed on board, I took a shuttle bus for a few euros round-trip fare to see some actions in the seaside town of Mykonos. After the less than 10-minute ride, the bus dropped us off at a parking area from where most of everything is within walking distance. It seemed like a good day to spend some time on the beaches of Mykonos, which are known for their crystalline waters, long stretches of golden sand, stunning views, and an abundance of water sports. I didn't come prepared for the beach, but this was an opportunity to enjoy the beautiful sceneries. With our limited time, we're here to walk around and see what's going on in the town of Mykonos, or Kora as it is known. This day was an exciting day to independently explore Mykonos. A good place to start a walking tour is the central square dedicated to a local patriot, Manto Mavrogenous. Manto was a wealthy young woman and a heroine during the Greek War of Independence. She spent all her fortune to equip Greek rebel soldiers and contributed financial support to the revolution. As I walked by, a little commotion caused curiosity in front of a shop when a seemingly local celebrity was spotted and prompting tourists to take turns to pose for pictures with him. This is a most amazing place. The narrow streets of Mykonos are paved with flat stones that are outlined with white paint. There was always the feeling of being lost and some fascination at every turn. I had no map to use, but by just keeping on walking and turning corners, I always find myself in some familiar spot among the winding streets of blue-trimmed whitewashed buildings. The view from the top of the hill were cube-shaped houses impressively stacked together or on top of each other like matchboxes. Overlooking all these were ships standing by for the passengers' return, and the windmills a short distance away. The windmills are the most distinctive and recognized landmarks of Mykonos and easily accessible on foot from the harbor. As early as the 16th century, they were used to grind and refine grain when the island was a great producer of wheat and bread. They contributed to the economic prosperity of the island. With the coming of industrialization, the windmills' importance and numbers began to decline and were finally marked as the more popular monuments of the Cyclades Islands. Today, 7 have been preserved. Rising proudly over the sea on a small hill, this cluster of windmills impress every visitor with their snow-white magnificence. A walking distance down the hill is the little Venice settlement, and considered one of the unique surprises of Mykonos. Little Venice is one of the most beautiful and romantic places in the whole of Mykonos, and it is famous for its amazing and picturesque medieval 2- and 3-story houses, which stand like a wall above the sea with their colorful wooden balconies, windows, and doors. My adventure continued with window shopping along the well-maintained, narrow, and meandering walkways of Mykonos. There's plenty of different kinds of souvenirs in town. The whole town was painted white, and along the meandering streets and walkways were small shops for clothing, jewelry, and souvenirs. The winding maze of the streets were designed to confuse the invaders in the olden times, but this still has the same effect in the current times for the visitors of the island. This town is a haven for tourists and vacationers. By the sea, restaurants were waiting for customers and visitors to try their local cuisine, and the families take their time frolicking and snorkeling. There are hundreds of churches within walking range of the main town. One of the first churches easily seen at the harbor is the very tiny Catholic church, Agios Nikolaos, located between the old ferry port and the little Venice. It is one of the few post-Byzantine era churches on the island that has the traditional white building with the blue dome that is quite popular in all Greek towns. I thought I had a good time exploring Mykonos and happy to have discovered that I can look forward to spending more quality time on this island in the future. Calling it a day, I walked back to the parking area to board the shuttle bus for my return to the port. It was a nice welcome back to our ship and a good visit to the town of Mykonos. Soon, we were heading forward to our next port of call.